These are my hiking boots. They are Merrell Moab mids. I bought them 7 years ago, and all I use them for is hiking. I moved to Colorado 30 years ago. 22 years ago I married her, and our number one activity out here is hiking. We've hiked all over Colorado, and we also spend a lot of time in Utah. We're only 6 hours from Moab, so try and keep us away. And there's a wonderful website called GJ Hikes. GJ stands for Grand Junction, gjhikes.com, that has hundreds of trails listed through Utah and Colorado, and we've done most of the ones on that site around Moab. We've spent time down by Bears Ears and Mexican Hat. You can see I'm wearing my Merrell Moabs there. And the first hike that I took these on, the first long hike, was in Canyonlands at the Joint Trail. It was several miles of hiking just to get to this trail. We went through Elephant Canyon and Chesler Park, both of which are absolutely incredible. And then you come down this long sandy crack, which is largely a sand base, but there are two significant obstacles that really made me appreciate the traction in these boots. The first one is this, I guess you'd call it a ladder. It's a log that the Forest Service has carved steps into. And my wife is very strong. She's a great hiker, but she's using her hands to balance herself because it's a little slippery. Check out the traction I have in these Moabs. I barely have to use my hand. And when I get up here, I check the traction in my foot and just come straight up. And I'm all happy with myself. So the second obstacle is right after the first one. And there's, I guess, been a windstorm through here. Everything is covered in sand. She slips on the first one, gets herself up, and has to wipe her hands off to keep going. So there's sand and dust all over everything. It's a slippery situation. Check this out. I start trying with my hands, and turns out I don't need to do anything. Just walk right up it. The traction of these boots is phenomenal. Back in Colorado, this is the Moffett Tunnel Corona Pass hike just outside of the Winter Park ski area. And I guess it's about 12,000 feet in the air. The trails are different here. There's a lot of jagged rock, a lot of dirt, very different than Moab. This is a wonderful hike too. You can see I'm walking like a robot because I'm terrified. But those are my Merrell Moabs. I wear them everywhere. The other end of Colorado, this is Rattlesnake Canyon down in the Fruita Desert, and it's at about 5,000 feet elevation. I'm wearing some goofy black socks here. I don't know what those are, but this is what I've settled on for what it's worth as my favorite hiking sock, Dickies Dry-Tex. I also wear these boots in mild snow. Here you can see it snowed here, but it's not very deep, and the traction of these boots is so good I can run with my dog. In light snow, they're really good. If it's actually snowing, they're the wrong choice, but otherwise, great boot. And this is pretty typical of what we take them on. This is Golden Gate Canyon State Park by the Fraser Meadow Trail. And mostly, this is the style of trail in Colorado that I hike on. So 7 years later, I've got a new dog. That's Barnaby. He's from Moab Underdog Rescue. He's a Moab native, but I've still got these boots. And over 7 years, this is how they've held up. None of the eyelets have torn even slightly. Despite being fabric, they're very strong. And none of the fabric on the boot has given me any trouble, except for this spot, right by the big toe on both boots. That's my right shoe, and this is my left shoe. The left shoe has taken a little bit more. I have a reconstructed left knee, so that may be more about me than the boot. But that's the spot right there, and that's it. That's the only significant wear on these shoes. Aside from that, the heels, the soles, everything is held up very well. You can still read the writing by the arch area. That area doesn't get as much contact. And if you look at the triangles in the center here, there's one by the ball of your foot and one by the tip of your big toe. And they have some lateral ridges in them. That's what gives you that sick traction. Whoever designed these soles really knew what they were doing. And these are wonderful boots. The interiors have held up very well too. The only significant wear at all is right here by my Achilles tendon, and it's not much at all. The pull-on straps, the heels, everything's in great shape. This is the most essential upgrade I've made on these boots. I've tried 7 different types of inserts, and these Dr. Scholl's are a perfect match. The heel, the arch, everything is where it's supposed to be. It is so much more comfortable than the one that comes with it. It's only $13. And the other great thing is you see the cut lines on it. I can tell you for sure the 11 is a perfect match. That's my size. These are perfect for these, and they're cheap. The other great upgrade are these laces. You wouldn't think laces would make such a difference, but they do. You see the little wave that it has in it, the little ridges that are in the lace? When you put these on, and given the fabric eyelets, listen, they tighten up and they stay tight. Those little waves or ridges in the laces grip the fabric eyelets, and when you pull it tight, it stays tight. When I pull these and tie just the first knot, nothing comes loose. I always double up my knots for hiking in case I step on the lace, it won't untie completely. This will last all day.